Hi, this is Jimmy. I am doing my delivery shift and I don't have access to my computer right now. So there are thoughts going through my mind and I thought that I would record them on the video instead. Thoughts like the system that we live in. Recently I recorded a video about success, and I asked the question, is success all about earning more money than other people? And some may say success is about earning more money and helping people, adding value to their life and so on at the same time. But where I'm coming from is, how do we find meaning in life? How do we find our purpose? And how do we measure success if we do not live in a monetary based capitalistic system? So that's where I'm coming from. I'm not against people earning money in this system, nor do I really think there's something wrong in measuring success in terms of earning more money, although that doesn't really sound good in my book, because I tend to think beyond the monetary system. Yes, you can say money is a tool, it's a neutral tool, it's neither good nor bad, it's amoral. You can use it either for good or for evil. But again, I want to think in terms of a system where we live without money. How will we measure success without money if we live in a system where we do not use money at all? And you may think that I'm crazy for asking such a question. Maybe in Singapore it's really crazy to think about such a question because we have inherited this monetary based system. But I want to think in terms of the indigenous societies, the people who originated in the forest, in the mountains in parts of Asia, Africa, Americas, and Oceania, including Australia and New Zealand and the Pacific Islands. Those people, originally they do not use money until the Western influence, I believe, came into their society, and they also adopted this system in some ways. And how would the indigenous people measure success if or when they do not use money at all? So that's where I'm coming from. So those of you who have already adopted the monetary system into your life and you have jumped onto the bandwagon and run the rat race, however you want to put it, whether in your corporate environment, working 9 to 5, or as a solopreneur, entrepreneur, running your own business, being your own boss, you are still existing within that spectrum, within that confines, within the boundaries of a monetary based system. And if you feel that you can thrive in that system, you are playing the game of the capitalists, and well and good. But do not judge those who do not want to play the game of the capitalists and judge them as being lazy or they do not want to learn, because we are actually feeling ourselves as being fish out of water. I do not think, at least for myself, I don't think that I'm native to this system at all. I feel out of place. It's not that I do not want to earn or to learn how to earn or how to catch a fish, but I would rather catch a fish in the wilderness, a real fish, a literally existing fish, than to catch a metaphorical fish in the monetary system. I would rather learn the skills of hunting and gathering. Maybe I came from that era in my past life where our ancestors came from, than to exist in this system where we do not need to hunt and gather food in the traditional sense. We need to earn something that is called money, that is made of paper and metal, coins. So if you feel that you are more at home with the new system, or so-called new, the modern system, then okay, but don't impose that ideology on every one of us and expect all of us to agree and adapt to this capitalistic system when we fill our water and judge us as being lazy or uncompliant or we are this and that. And I think let's hold off the judgment for a while and see that the proverb says that the rich answers harshly, but the poor use entreaties. So I think that is a statement of observation. Even those who are already rich, who have been poor at one point of time, but now that you are rich, you do not need to worry about how to make ends meet. I think that you probably forget, you might not admit it, but the way you speak to people who are still struggling out there and expect them to measure up to your way of thinking, say, okay, I've done it, I went through it all, I put in all the hard work and smart work, and why don't you do the same? Copy and paste and so on. I think that is still coming from a place of judgment, and not everyone who is struggling is subject to that line of thinking that you may think that they are experiencing. Maybe there are people who fit into your ideology who do not really measure up to your standard or expectation, who can actually follow your system of doing things. And I still think that following a template has its place, but if we follow blindly or if we do not have the same kind of personality and mindset, then it's no use. Even if we can earn a little bit amount of money using the system, each of us still need to find our own style of doing things, our own, because we have our own vision that is unique to us, our own calling. So not everybody is an extrovert, not everybody does the same way, the things the same way as you do and achieve the same results. Maybe there are people who achieve the same result, but still there are exceptions. Psychologically, physiologically, mentally, we are different in some ways. So this is where I'm at. I'm still finding my way around. I don't claim to be knowledgeable in everything. I am still trying to make sense of how to be truly successful if I do not subscribe to the monetary system. Because at the end of the day, those of us who do things our friendship with no string attached, we don't use money as well, and we call ourselves volunteers, and we call our job a vocation. And we recognize that simply being volunteers and simply living our life as a vocation in a monetary based system like in Singapore is not practical, because we still need to have some money to earn to feed ourselves. I understand that it's not practical to be a volunteer. It's not practical to have a vocation that do not pay us money at all times. We still need to have some form of supplementary income coming from somewhere. So I understand this is where I'm coming from. I'm not against it, but I want to envision to me a better alternative to really live a truly meaningful and successful existence that is not at the expense of the indigenous people, nor is it at the expense of the environment. Can we find that future? Let's all imagine. Thank you for listening. Bye.